Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Sparkle English. My name is Jennifer, and today we have the first video of my new series on subject-verb agreement. This is a very big topic, so today we are starting with the basics. Subject-verb agreement is an essential part of learning English, and mastering it will help you speak and write English better. Some of the most common mistakes in English are with subject-verb agreement. So what is subject-verb agreement? Subject-verb agreement means that the subject, and remember the subject is the person or thing that is doing an action, and the verb, which is the action word, in a sentence must both be singular or both be plural. That sounds complicated, so let's look at an example sentence. The boy plays. Here we have a singular subject, the boy, one boy, and we have a singular verb, plays. I know that play ends in S, but this is a singular verb. Most verbs that end in S go along with single subjects. He, she, or it. Compare it with this sentence, the boys play. Here we have a plural subject, boys, we have the S at the end, and this has to go along with a plural verb, play. We cannot say the boys plays. It has to be the boys play or the boy plays. Let's look at another example. The cat drinks milk. Here we have a singular subject, one cat. So the verb is also singular, drinks. I know it seems strange that a singular verb ends in S, but that's how it is in English. And if the subject is plural, the cats, we have a plural verb, which doesn't have an S. The cats drink milk. So let's look at some more examples. So essentially, singular subjects need singular verbs, and plural subjects need plural verbs. A lot of this lesson is talking about verbs in the present simple or the present continuous. I've linked you to my 2 videos on these topics in the description below, and they may help you understand this lesson. So let's look at this chart. We have singular subject, singular verb, plural subject, plural verb. The girl walks. The girls walk. The dog barks. The dogs bark. Notice that usually singular verbs end in S and plural verbs do not end in S. The athlete runs, the athletes run. The bird chirps, the birds chirp. The wolf howls, the wolves howl. The baby naps, the babies nap. So you can see that the singular subjects have a singular verb, and the plural subjects have a plural verb. The girl would be she. That's the pronoun for the girl. And the girls would be they, because it's plural. Just like the dog is it, and the dogs would be they. It's a plural pronoun. It barks, they bark. She walks, they walk. Now what about compound subjects with and? This can be confusing for people. When 2 singular subjects are joined by the coordinating conjunction and, the verb should be in the plural form. For example, Jessica and Michael love pizza. We don't say Jessica and Michael loves pizza because we need a plural verb. Jessica and Michael. Now it's plural. This is a compound subject. We have two singular subjects together. So now it's not she loves pizza, it's they love pizza. So we have to put the verb in the plural form. Another example, Bethany and David live abroad, not lives abroad. If we only had David, it would be David lives abroad or Bethany lives abroad. But when we add the coordinating conjunction and to connect the singular subjects, we have to put the verb in the plural form. And also, when a singular subject is joined with a plural subject by and, the verb is still in the plural form to match the plural subject. For example, the dog and the kids swim in the pool every morning. We have the singular subject, the dog, and plural subject, the kids, but the verb is still plural. And this doesn't change if you switch the order of the singular subject and the plural subject. For example, the students and the teacher work together to organize a charity event. In this example, we have the plural subject first, the students, and the singular subject before the verb. But even though the singular subject is before the verb, it doesn't matter. We still have to say work and not works because this singular subject is joined by and with the plural subject. The students and the teacher work. They work together. Now, be careful with irregular plural words and exceptions. So in English, we have some irregular plural words. Before, for example, we had the boy plays, the boys play. But we have some words that are irregular. For example, the man talks. However, the plural form of man is not mans, it's men. So we don't say the mans talk, we say the men talk. And this can sometimes confuse people because usually we use the plural verb after a subject that ends in S. So remember to be careful with irregular plural words. Even though this is a plural subject, it doesn't end in S because it's irregular. But the verb is still plural because it is a plural subject. The woman works. The women work. They work. The child studies. The children study. The person dreams. The people dream. People is the plural form of person. The tooth hurts. The teeth hurt. Now, a big question I get is, what about the pronouns I and you? And this is where English can be so confusing. English has some special rules when it comes to the pronouns I and you. Even though I refers to one person, so it is singular, we always use it with plural forms of verbs. I know this is complicated. English is not an easy language. So for example, we say, I run or I play. We don't say I runs or I plays. Even though I is singular, we use the plural form, run, I play. You can be a little tricky because it can refer to one person or more than one person. I'm talking to you, Stacy. or I'm talking to you, Stacy and Doug. But regardless of whether it's singular or plural, you always takes a plural verb. For example, we say you think, whether we're talking to one person or many people. We never say you thinks or you plays or you talks. No, you think, you play, you talk. So this is something to try to remember. It is an exception. And before we have our quiz, I do have one more exception for you. You must also be careful with irregular verbs and exceptions. So, the pronouns I and you take plural verbs, as I just showed you. However, there is one verb exception, and that is the verb to be. With the verb to be, in the present tense, we always say I am, not I are or I is. Always I am. We are. You are. He, she, or it is, and they are. So with the verb to be, the plural form is always are, but there are 3 singular forms of the verb to be: am, are, and is. So this is something you have to memorize. And you also have to memorize the forms in the past. In the past, am becomes was. I was. You were. He, she, it was. And are becomes were. We were, you were, they were. So this is something you have to memorize. Aside from this, the pronoun I takes the plural form of the verb with all the other verbs. Okay, it is time for our subject-verb agreement part 1 quiz. There are 10 sentences in total. Some of them need to be corrected, and others are okay. You have to correct them. First, I will read all 10 sentences, and then you'll have some time to correct them before we answer them together. Number 1, the cat sits on the windowsill. Number 2, the student listens eagerly in the classroom. Number 3, she is a talented singer. Number 4, the birds flies in the sky. Number 5, the dog and the cat is best friends. Number 6, the train arrives on time every day. Number 7, the apples look delicious. Number 8, the men eat steak for dinner every night. Number 9, my sister plays the guitar beautifully. And finally, number 10, the keys to the car is on the table. Let's correct these together. Number 1 is correct. We have a singular subject and a singular verb. Number 2 is incorrect. The correct answer is the students listen. We have a plural subject, so we need a plural verb. Number 3 is correct. Number 4 is incorrect. We have a plural subject, the birds, so we need a plural verb, fly. Number 5 is also incorrect. We have a compound subject, the dog and the cat. Remember, when we join 2 subjects together with the coordinating conjunction and, we must have a plural form of the verb. In this case, are. The dog and the cat are best friends. Number 6 is correct. Number 7 is also correct. Number 8 is incorrect. We have a plural subject, the men. Remember, this is an irregular plural word. Man is singular, men is plural. and we need a plural verb, eat. The men eat steak for dinner. Number 9 is correct, and number 10 is incorrect. This is a tricky one. The keys to the car are on the table, and that's because the subject of the sentence is the word keys. The keys. The car is not the subject. The car is not on the table. The keys are on the table. So keys must have a plural subject, which is are. Okay, let me know in the comment section how many you got correct out of 10. I will be doing more videos like this one, so make sure to subscribe for more English lessons. You can check out my grammar playlist where I have dozens of different grammar lessons. Make sure to like this video and share with your friends and family or others who want to learn English. And I will see you all in my next lesson.